So we're going to start with the fuel category. The first one, know this. Water is an essential element. I'm going to use this first initiative, if you will, this first good habit, this first vital behavior to illustrate some of the things that we're teaching around Bonfire. How many people here feel like they get enough water every day? Yeah? Right on. Good, good, good. Now, who can tell me how much water do you think you're supposed to be drinking? Can I get somebody raise their hand? How much? Okay, how much do you weigh? How much is 8 cups? How many ounces? All right, anybody have another guess? How much water should you drink? About 1.5 gallons? I like you. I like you. I like that spirit. All right, so here's the equation. This is some tough math. You might want to write this down. Take your body weight in pounds, divide it by 2, drink that in fluid ounces of water. Half your body weight in fluid ounces, okay? Ideally, you're going to be consuming your body weight in water every day, okay? But half of it's going to come from the water that you drink, and half of it's going to come from the foods that you eat, okay? So we're going to talk more about the foods that you should be eating, and most of them have a lot of water content. So take your body weight, divide it in half, and that's the number of fluid ounces of water you should be drinking every day. Any guesses on what the best form of water is? Hand up. I love watermelon. Tap water is a good choice as long as it's filtered, clean tap water, right? Anybody know what the science says is the best form? Room temp. I love that answer. That's smart. Room temperature. Reverse osmosis is the best way to get your water. So as you go down the line, you've got reverse osmosis. You get filtered spring, filtered tap. So reverse osmosis is the best, cleanest water you can consume in your body. You want to take in pure H2O into your body. So that's an example of a vital behavior that we recommend through the Bonfire program. That in your home, you have an under-the-counter or a whole home unit of reverse osmosis processing happening so that it's right on tap and it's easy to consume. You know what? When people start drinking enough water, what we end up running into is a problem that looks like this, right? These plastic water bottles. We have seen billions and billions and billions of these introduced into the environment because people are taking the good information, the right good habit and adding it into their lives. They're drinking more and more water. Unfortunately, it's at the cost in the environment, because what happens is we introduce so many plastic containers into the environment. We think, yeah, they get recycled. But unfortunately, the truth is that most of them don't end up getting recycled, and many of them end up here in the ocean. So this is close to home for me, because I'm a surfer. I know what you're thinking. You're a surfer, and you live in New Hampshire. That's correct. The aloha state of the Northeast. We actually get really good waves in New Hampshire. But I'm fortunate enough in that I get to travel all over the world to teach, and if you notice, my teaching schedule is kind of suspicious because I tend to teach places that have excellent waves. You know, I teach in Australia, and I teach in Hawaii, and I teach in Costa Rica, and in Mexico. I love to surf. This is actually a place called Playa Negra in Costa Rica. Fantastic right-hand throwing breakers. Just one of my favorite places in the world. What happens with these water bottles is over time, they end up in these giant patches of plastic that aggregate and collect out in the oceans. Can you see those yellow dots? That is part, you see this right here? Here's Hawaii, it's San Francisco. Somewhere in between is the Great Northern Pacific vortex and collection of plastic bottles. The Great Northern Pacific Garbage Patch. Can you imagine the impact that that has on the environment, on the animals that are trying to survive in that? And when you take a close-up view, that's what it starts looking like. You know, it's 3 times the size of Texas, 4 feet deep on the surface of the ocean now. So what we want to make sure that we're doing when we make these choices is that we want to make sure that we're taking the environment into account when we're making choices about the health of the human being. Say yes if you guys are with me on that. Okay? So what's good for the planet is good for the people, is good for the planet. So a good habit is to get yourself one of these water bottles. How many people carry a water bottle with them regularly? One of these reusable, I like the stainless steel or glass water bottles, okay? This is an absolute vital behavior. So as we introduce this challenge onto campus in week 1 in the fuel category, how you eat, we're going to challenge everybody to every day consume half of your body weight in fluid ounces of water, pure water. And I'm going to ask everybody, if they could, to carry a water bottle that's reusable. Okay? And I want you to check each other and keep an eye on each other and encourage each other that we're not adding more plastic into the environment. Say yes if you guys are with me on that. Okay, so that